All right, let's now shift our attention to the other big story that we are tracking on WION, and this, of course, has to do with the lynching that took place in Sialkot that has shocked Pakistan and indeed the rest of the world. Now, the Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan has categorically warned that anyone resorting to any kind of violence in the name of blasphemy will be punished. Listen in to what he had to say.
ये आज वाज़े कर दूं कि मैंने ये फैसला किया है कि अब से जिन्होंने भी दीन को इस्तेमाल किया और ख़ास तौर पे रहमतुल आलमीन सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम उनके नाम पे जुल्म किया, मैं आज आपको यहां अनाउंस कर रहा हूं कि हमने उनको नहीं छोड़ना.
All right, so this was the strong statement that has been put out by the Pakistani Prime Minister. Remember, over 800 people have been arrested for this incident in Pakistan, and many of them have been slapped with terror-related charges. The Prime Minister was speaking at an event commemorating the death of Priyantha Kumara, the Sri Lankan national who was killed by a mob last week on accusations of blasphemy. Meanwhile, Sri Lanka's Public Security Minister has now demanded an apology from Pakistan's Defence Minister Pervez Khattak for his remarks on lynching. Now remember, on Monday, Khattak said that lynching should not be linked to the Imran Khan government striking a deal with the hardline Islamist party, the Tehreek-e-Labbaik Pakistan. He said that the party has in no way claimed that these people who were involved in the lynching were its supporters. And he also further went on to state that the murders of this nature take place when young people get emotional.
बच्चे हैं, बड़े होते हैं, इस्लामी दीन है, सोच ज़्यादा जोश में आ जाते हैं. देखो वजूहात आपको भी पता है, बच्चे हैं, बड़े होते हैं, इस्लामी दीन है, सोच ज़्यादा जोश में आ जाते हैं, जज्बे में कोई काम कर लेते हैं. इसका ये मतलब नहीं कि ये किया तो ये हो गया. मुझे पता है कि हम पागल होते थे जब हम जवान होते थे, लड़के होते थे, कुछ भी करने को तैयार होते थे. लेकिन बढ़ते जाते ज़िंदगी जब हम आगे पहुँचे, हमें फिर रियलाइज़ किया कि ये जोश और जज्बा है, इसको संभाल के रखना है. तो ये बच्चों के होता है, लड़ाइयाँ भी होती है, कत्ल भी हो जाते हैं. इसका ये मतलब है कि हुकूमत की गलती है. आप हर चीज़ हुकूमत में डालते हैं.
The Sri Lankan minister also condemned the murder, saying that he hopes that Pakistan will, of course, take some strict action against these people who are responsible for the lynching of this 48-year-old Sri Lankan man. Meanwhile, the remains of Priyantha Kumara have been handed over to the family after a second post-mortem at the National Hospital in Colombo. Priyantha Kumara's last rites will take place later in the day today. So Priyantha Kumara had been living in Pakistan for well over 10 years. He was in Pakistan for a job, and WION's correspondent, Dasuni Athada, visited the victim's family in Colombo, which is struggling to come to terms with the horrific crime.
On 3rd of December, Priyantha Kumara was brutally lynched by a mob on allegations of blasphemy. Kumara, who worked as the general manager at a garments factory, had been living in Pakistan since 2010, and he was lynched by his own factory workers. His remains have now been handed over to his family in Sri Lanka after it was repatriated from Pakistan on Monday. WION exclusively spoke to Kumara's grieving family, who are now demanding justice for a brother and a husband who was tortured and set on fire.
This is the first thing has happened, and he went outside. As per information, he planned this the event.
So there is no terrorist organization?
No, some the terrorist organization also they involved. They call some organization 1 year that banned by government. Now recently that opened that they removed that ban for that institute. But they call that people also for that day they have well planned this murder.
So this was not a sudden attack?
No, this is not sudden attack. Yes, they're pre-planned. Yes, pre-planned.
I got to know about the incident through news last evening. The final post-mortem documents have been handed over, but I haven't seen them yet. The Sri Lankan government has said that they will take necessary actions, and we have placed our trust in them.
I don't think it is good to go that Pakistan back, because now due to our brother this assassination, we cannot work as a normal way. I asking to Pakistan government and Sri Lanka government also, Sri Lanka government has to push them, go for the serious action, because if they will not take serious action, this will be the one of the lesson to their community. Okay, there is no serious action, we can get relief. If they get relief like this, they make their mind, then again that any foreigners cannot work in that Muslim country.
Kumara's family is still trying to make sense of the ruthless killing while it makes preparations for his last rites. Our correspondent Dasunya Thoda has sent us this report from Pranta Kumara's residence.
Now, I spoke to the family here in Sri Lanka, and all of them did express their greatest intent that justice will be served to their husband, father and brother, especially from both governments here in Sri Lanka as well as the Pakistani government. Reporting for WION World is one from Colombo. I'm Dasunya Thoda.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.